Hello everybody, this is English for you and a very warm welcome to the studio. Let me introduce my guests. First, I have my Fazeka students, Márton. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
You are a freshman and the camera is on you. Can you feel the camera?
Yes, I can feel it.
It doesn't hurt, does it?
A little bit.
A little bit, okay. Kata, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Okay. Victoria?
Fine.
Peter, you're another freshman. How are you doing?
Fine.
Okay. Evike, would you give me a wave? Yes, and again, I can't see Mati. I mean, I don't know what this guy is doing, but again, I'm going to talk to this guy after the show.
Okay.
And today's special guest is Mr. Andrew Prince, who is a journalist. And I believe you've been to a couple of countries in your life, like?
One or two.
Hi, everybody. Can you? Oh, yes. That was the sound I could hear all the time. What is this vehicle?
This is a almost motorbicycle. I don't know.
Let's call it a motorboard. How about that?
Motorboard.
Where did you
okay.
get it?
I get it from you.
I got it from you. Okay. There's a kickstand. Would you just? Oh, it's just a stand. Right. Okay. Thank you very much. You can go back to your place.
Okay.
And could you just leave
After
it?
the show,
Okay,
you can
fine.
try it.
Good. Thank you very much. Great. Okay. Sorry, Andrew. Again. I mean, this guy. I mean, you know. So, you're a journalist, and a lot of countries you've been to. So, can you mention a couple of?
Oh yeah, I've been to a few countries in my life, all the way to Georgia, Kyrgyzstan, right near China, and I love traveling. And,
Right. Guys, do you know the word for Georgia in Hungarian?
Georgi, micsoda?
It's in
Georgia.
Gruzia.
in the Caucasus.
Gruzia, also the name of a state in the United States, right? Am I
Right,
Am I right?
absolutely.
Fine. Okay. So we are going to talk about vehicles. That was the first vehicle Mati just brought in, but the second vehicle is going to come up pretty soon. But before that, a vehicle is something that is used for carrying people from one place to another. Everybody please, vehicle.
Vehicle.
Great. Okay, now there are some nice vehicles, and I wonder if you can link the vehicle to a city. And here comes the first vehicle. Can you mention the name of it?
Double-decker.
Double-decker. And what is the city?
London.
Victoria, how do you know?
It's just typical of London. It's like a sign of it.
Right. And if you travel on the top deck, this is the cheapest sightseeing tour. It's just wonderful, right? Have you ever ridden on the top floor?
No, not
No,
really.
you must try. When you go to London, don't pay for a sightseeing tour. Go by bus. And the next picture is going to come up pretty soon. And again, your job is going to be to link it to a city. And it's going to come up pretty soon. Right. Kota, you have an idea?
It's Venice, but I don't know. It's called gondola.
It's called gondola, and it's Venice. You're absolutely right. And you can see Salvatore or Alessandro singing La donna è mobile. It's typical of Venice, right? Good. Now comes the third, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult to find out. Kota is thinking hard, I can see it. If you've got an idea, would you put...
Maybe San Francisco.
How do you know that?
It's also very typical because it's a street car, I guess, and it's very famous.
It is very, very famous. It's a kind of symbol of San Francisco, and it's called cable car because there's a continuously moving underground cable which pulls this vehicle. Right, here comes the fourth vehicle, and I wonder if you can recognize this, or if you could link it to a city. Right, Andrew, over to you.
H-E-V.
H?
Have.
No, no.
It may look like a hay, but it's not a hay. This is from Montreal, which is where I'm from. So you finally know now. And Montreal, basically, it's not as famous as the other ones, but Montreal is known for having an underground city, which means basically it's so cold in Montreal that sometimes when you're going from point A to point B, they arrange the city so that you never even have to come above ground. So you go down and you go into the metro, You go to you get out of the metro, and from the metro station you go directly up to your office to work. And so it's all arranged. You have shopping malls, you have everything. So it's not so famous, but it's famous to me because it's my city.
Thank you very much, Andrew. And this is a vehicle of public transport. It's a system which carries passengers from one place to another, and it's open to general public, so everybody can take it. Let me refer back to the gondola. You must pay a lot of money if you want to take the gondola, but if it's a vehicle of public transport, it's relatively cheap, okay? Could you come up with a good word for public transport?
Tömegközlekedés.
Excellent, say it again.
Tömegközlekedés.
Good, right. Okay, now we have the double-decker for London, the cable car from San Francisco. What would you choose as a symbol of Budapest? What vehicle?
Underground.
Say it again.
Underground.
The underground, which one? The blue line, the red
Yellow.
line? The yellow line.
The first in the continent.
Right, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that.
Sure.
And I've chosen this beautiful vehicle, the yellow, what is this?
Tram.
Tram in British English,
streetcar.
streetcar in American English. I just love this. It's got 3 carriages, and I think this is the loveliest vehicle, but it's very subjective. Andrew, you like this?
I do.
You too?
I do. It gives a character to the city.
Right. And going back to Montreal, you have the metro system. Would you call it metro system?
We have a metro. We call it metro in Canada.
And what else have you got as far as public transport is
We
concerned?
also have buses,
That's
public
it.
transport.
That's all. So they have buses and the metro and nothing else. But if you think of Budapest, we have a very rich variety of public transport, a nice variety. And this little booklet, Travel with us in Budapest. Fahren Sie mit uns in Budapest. So this little booklet is the source of inspiration because we have 7 different types of vehicles, not just 2 as in Montreal or in London for that matter. Now we're going to see the first 4, and I wonder if you can recognize, if you can identify the vehicles with the help of these pictures. Victoria, the first?
Okay, the first is maybe a bus.
Correct.
The second is the tram or the streetcar.
Yes?
The third is the special bus that has cables above it.
It's called trolleybus.
Okay.
It's called
Trolleybus.
trolleybus. And the fourth?
And that's the metro, maybe?
That's the metro. Could we have the names, the English names for this? Yes. As you can see, you're absolutely right. Bus, tram, British English, streetcar, American English, trolleybus, and metro. Now that was the easy bit. Now comes the difficult one because we have 3 more. Could we have the other 3, please? And it's really, really difficult. If you don't know the names in English, then you can come up with the names in Hungarian. Kata?
I have no idea.
No idea?
Fogaskerekű.
Yeah, say it again.
Fogaskerekű.
The first or the second?
The second.
The second.
And the first is the yellow underground.
The yellow
The
underground.
oldest one.
In Hungarian?
Föl Kisföld alatti.
Yes?
And the
That-
fourth is the Have.
Yes, wonderful, the Have. Okay, could we have the English names for them? Yes, it's called, what a nice name, Millennium Underground. This one, this thing of beauty, is called Cogwheel Railway. Cogwheel Railway. And the third is, and this was in this beautiful leaflet, Have. They couldn't find a good English name for this. Maybe it's a sort of shuttle between Szentendre and Budapest, but
Suburban railway, maybe.
suburban railway, the native would say that, suburban railway. Fine, good. Now, I asked Marton to do a little bit of research, and what have you learned about this beautiful carriage, which is going to come up pretty soon? And here we go. It's going to come. It's going to take 5 seconds. Right. So what's the story, Marton?
Well, the Millennium Underground was built in 1896, and the first underground was built in London in 1836. And it's very cheap, and it's quick. It's quick and easy to build because you don't have to destroy anything just for the road of this vehicle.
So what is the disadvantage of this?
Well, you can't build it anywhere because there are water pipes and under the ground, and you can't destroy them.
Yeah, so it follows the line of the street. Right. Okay. And can you see this beautiful carriage now? Marta?
No, because now it's changed a lot.
Right. So this was in use between 1896 and 1973. And it's gone. And we have new carriages, but I think this was nicer. Okay. And Peter, I asked you, but the others don't know, but I asked you to do a little bit of research in the... what is it?
Cogwheel Railway.
Say it again.
Cogwheel Railway.
Yes, it's pretty old, isn't it, Peter?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the story?
It's taking passengers from Városmajor to Szabadsághegy, and it was built more than 100 years ago in 1873 by the plans of an engineer called Khetri. And at first it had a steam engine, but then in 1929 it was given an electric locomotive, and now there are traveling Austrian locomotives.
Right. Thank you very much. And how does it work? Why is it called cogwheel? There must be an answer to this. Oh, look at this beautiful picture. So
Yes.
why is it called cogwheel?
Between the two wheels there is a cogwheel, which gets caught to a rack rail between the two rails, and this doesn't let the train slide back.
Slide back.
on the
Excellent. So
slope
a
ground.
cogwheel has teeth, right? Actually, teeth. So it's very, very strange. It's a very strange vehicle. Also, thank you very much, Peter. Again, this leaflet. It has a passage which says, "Discover Budapest with us," which is very nice. But here is our first sentence I've taken from this passage, and it's not really tourist-friendly, I must say. Andrew, would you read it out, please?
Those who travel without a valid ticket or pass must pay surcharge.
Thank you very much. So, discover Budapest with us. Those who travel without, not really tourist-friendly, right? What's a valid ticket? First of all, I want to talk about this.
Érvényes jegy.
Yes, a ticket that you can legally use, and a pass. Matyi,
Kérlet.
big red point.
Thank you very much.
You're shining now. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, good. And the surcharge? Would you use that, Andrew? Would you use that?
I wouldn't use it, but it's a penalty, I would say.
You have to pay some extra money. Good. My question is, have you ever traveled without a ticket? Put up your hand if the answer is yes. Have you ever, you two, have you ever got caught? Gotta, what's the story?
Well, once I lost my identity card, and so I couldn't write those numbers on my pass. And I had the pass, but the guy said that I had to write something on it, but I couldn't because I didn't know the numbers, so I had to go to Akacva utca.
And you had to pay?
Yeah.
How much?
I think 800 forints.
Okay, bad luck. Right. Again, another sentence from this leaflet, and again, over to Andrew to read it out, and again, a tourist-friendly sentence.
Traveling on the vehicles is only possible with pre-purchase tickets.
Pre-purchased. A ticket that you have bought before traveling, right? Now, here's a little situation. You're going to be a tourist without a ticket, without your passport. And Koto, I believe you're going to be the conductor, right? So let me help you a little bit. This is going to be the carriage, and it looks nice, isn't it? Sit down here, right? And start.
Good morning, sir. Tickets, please.
Good morning. Well, I don't have one.
Oh, how is it possible? You should have bought one.
Well, I thought, can I buy one from you?
No, you can't because I don't sell tickets. But if you have a pass, that will do.
If I have a pass?
Yeah.
No, I don't have a pass. I'm sorry.
Bad luck. Well then, do you have any cash with you?
I don't have any cash, but do you take credit cards?
Oh no, I'm sorry, I can't take credit cards, but well, I'll give you a check, but could you give me your personal data, please? Your name and number, address.
Yeah, I can do that, yes.
That's great, so?
Well, it's Andrew Prince.
Yeah?
And it's, I guess, Akatfa. That's where I'm going anyways.
Well,
And
alright.
in Budapest.
Okay, you told me, here you are.
Thank you very much.
Good day, sir.
Good day to you too.
Have a nice day, you too. Yes, thank you very much. It was excellent. I think we should just applaud a little bit because it was fantastic, wasn't it? Right.
You're applauding when I just got a ticket? I'm the one that has to pay.
Right. Okay. Would it be a lifelike situation in Montreal?
No, because
Why not?
In Montreal, when you go to here you have a system where they trust you that you're going to pay. In Montreal, they don't trust you. In Montreal, you just when you get to into the metro, you've got to pay immediately, and then only then do they let you in.
Right. So we have an honor system.
Honor system, yeah.
Right. Okay. Now we are traveling to Africa and to a couple of different countries. And the first country we are going to travel to is Mogadishu, Somalia. Mogadishu is the capital. Mogadishu, Somalia. The second country is going to be, I think this is the right way to hold it, Benin, and the capital city is Cotonou. So we are going to travel to Somalia and Benin. Group 1, everything about a very strange vehicle in Somalia. Group 2, everything about another strange vehicle in Benin. Could we have the first clip, please?
Welcome to Mogadishu, Somalia. Here, if you're sure of your grip on adventure, catch one of these jalopies, Hajia Hamsons. In, or rather, on top of these local taxis, you can really put your best foot forward. In Benin, traffic whizzed through the streets of the capital Cotonou as usual, with zemijans, or motorbike taxis, as the get-you-there-quick solution to any transport bothers. Over 1 million of these monster bikes sputter through the streets of Cotonou, making the city seem like the scene of a Grand Prix race.
Right. Martin, could you catch anything about the vehicle in Somalia?
Yes, they are local taxis, and they go to the top of this local
Yeah, you can
taxi.
get in or on
out.
top. Fantastic. Local taxis. Peter, could you catch anything about
Yes,
the...
they are motorbikes, I think called zamijans,
Fantastic.
and there are lots of motorbikes like them, and the whole thing makes the city looks like a Grand Prix.
Fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. Would you like to get in a taxi where you can sit behind the driver like this, and this is a taxi? I think I wouldn't like that. How about you? It's very strange, isn't it?
I wouldn't mind, actually. It sounds kind of fun.
Kind of fun. Okay. Now, the second country we are traveling to is Mauritania. And this picture was taken in Mauritania. And I'm going to ask Kata, would you please describe the picture?
I think we are in a room, and in the room there are 6 people. They are eating or doing something like this, I don't know. It has a very strange tapestry on the walls.
I would call it wallpaper.
Wallpaper, okay. And I think it might be somewhere in Africa because of the skin.
Thank you very much. I must say that this is not a room, but this is the inside of a vehicle. What kind of a vehicle we're going to see pretty soon. And the thing you've got to listen to is, what is Mauritania's top ride? Okay, shall we have the clip, please? It's going to come pretty soon.
For a more luxurious cruise, step onto the Blue Train. It's Mauritania's top ride, drawing overseas tourists for desert excursions. There isn't much to see from the cabin window, except sand, and even more sand. In this desert country, a train can get you anywhere. It's a versatile mode of transport, with wagons freighting even livestock and iron ore.
Right. Mochi?
Bicycle. Oh, no?
No.
Black point.
Black point.
First time.
Yes. Victoria, please.
It's the blue train that can get you anywhere, but you can't see much from its windows, just sand or more sand and even more sand.
And even more sand. But tourists
Love it.
seem to like it, and
Yes.
it's good for desert excursions. Wonderful. Now, this is going to be the loveliest vehicle. We are traveling to Kenya, and the vehicle is called tuk-tuk. That's the name of this vehicle.
Tuk-tuk.
Tuk-tuk. And this is called an ingenious machine, a very clever machine. And my question is this: why is it called an ingenious machine? Why is it very clever? Shall we have the next clip, please?
But nothing, absolutely nothing, beats travel by tuk-tuk. Chugging along at 30 kilometers per hour, it's one of the slowest, but nevertheless steady ways of traversing Africa. The Kenyan-made autocart is a truly ingenious little machine. Not only is it an attention grabber, it's perfect for skirting the potholed roads of the continent while getting all sorts of merchandise, from flowers to fresh fish to the market.
Right, so why is it an ingenious machine? Martin, could you get it?
Well, I think because it can transport anything like fish or flowers, and
also, Kata?
And there are very bad roads in this country, and it can go on them.
Yes, you're looking for words. And may I help you? There are potholes in Kenya, not in Hungary. In Kenya, there are potholes. In the surface of the road, there are holes, and they are called potholes. And this tuk-tuk, this ingenious machine, can go around the edge of this, so can skirting potholes, right? In Hungarian, I think tuk-tuk should be translated as kátyúkerülő. We don't need them.
We need it in Hungary too, I think.
We need it?
Yeah.
So let's import a couple of tuk-tuks from Kenya. Right, okay. Now, what was the most exciting vehicle you've ever taken? And Victoria, and I believe you're going to have a picture. Yes, what is this?
It's the ferry, and it transports people between Dover and Calais to England or to France. And it's really wonderful. It's a huge ship. It's unbelievably enormous, and it consists of more stories. And on the lower stories, there are the cars and buses or anything that you want to put there. And on the upper ones, there are duty-free shops and restaurants, and you can have great fun. And the sea looks wonderful.
Yeah, so you enjoyed it a lot?
Yes.
Okay, let me show you the word ferry, right? Which travels between Calais and Dover.
Yes.
Right. Andrew, may I turn to you?
Sure.
The weirdest vehicle you've ever taken, as a journalist, you've been to a couple of countries. So what was the weirdest?
In Georgia, in Kyrgyzstan, especially in Kyrgyzstan, there's a vehicle called the marshrutspa. And the marshrutspa is kind of like a little van, basically because the public transportation is really bad. So this van basically picks you up. So there's no stops. You just get picked up wherever you hail them down. And then they'll pick you up, you pay your fee, and then you kind of tap the conductor's arm when you want to get off. And then he'll just stop wherever you are, and then he'll get you off. And everybody's there squished, about 12 or 15 people in this marshrutspa. And
yeah, this is another vehicle on the projector. Would you say something about it?
Yeah, this is a vehicle that was taken by, the picture that was taken by a colleague of mine, Bela Sandelski, who's a photojournalist. And he went to Pakistan to take a picture of of this vehicle, and you could see pictures like this. I have a website, and we put all of our pictures of all the stories of where we go and what kind of things that we see, and it's called www.ontheglobe.com.
So if you're interested in it, in stories around the world, would you repeat it, please? What was it?
It's www.ontheglobe. That's ONTHEGLOBE.
Thank you. So this was a nice lesson about spelling. Could we have that beautiful marshrutspa? No. What's the name of that thing? Tuk-tuk? No. What is the name of that? Motorboard.
Motorola.
Would you bring it here, Machi,
Again?
would you help me? Yeah, would you just put it there very quickly? And, okay, that way, I believe. And I think that what I need is the words first, and then we're gonna start this little beauty. So I hope the words are going to come up pretty soon, and we have today's words. So let's wrap up the whole thing. All right, it's going to come up pretty soon, but it's a really beautiful thing. We have this. What would you call this? Handlebars. The handlebars. We have the handbrake here to make it stop. The handbrake. We have the throttle control. If you want to make it move, you use the throttle control. So again, handlebars, handbrake, the throttle control, right? And this thing of beauty has got, yeah, that's the end, that's the motor, and it's got a quick stand, a kickstand too.
Yeah.
A very beautiful kickstand over there. Okay, so here we have the words. I think we're going to need a couple of Hungarian words, but it's really what I'm, yeah. Tömegközlekedés, everybody. Márton, can you help?
Public transport.
Public transport.
Okay, the next one. Fogaskerekű.
Cogwheel,
Say it again.
cogwheel railway.
Cogwheel railway, excellent.
Valid ticket.
Érvényes jegy. Everybody please.
Valid ticket.
Wonderful. Ötletes masina.
Ingenious machine.
Good. Kátyú.
Pothole.
Everybody please.
Pothole.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Thank you for coming along. We really enjoyed it.
Thank you.